Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So in my previous videos, I was mostly uh, covering the PySpark related questions that comes up in an interview. But in this video, I'll be covering questions that are related to uh, basic Python. You can say basic data structures, and mostly in a data engineering interview, questions related to arrays, strings, stacks, and queues are comes up. So I'll be covering the questions in the past that were asked, came up in my interviews, and I'll also give some more topics which you should be prepared before you go for an interview. So I'll be covering the questions only, or where you can prepare those questions basically. So let's get started. And if you have any more questions related to this video or in general, you can always comment them, and I'll surely reply back to them. This is a question basically. In a Mang or Fang interview, the questions could be from medium to high difficulty level, and I'm just covering here the other companies, any banking company, any service based companies, what kind of questions what kind of questions they ask related to this topic basically. So first one is arrays, or you can say list. So basically most of the questions comes from this topic only. Then sometimes given questions related to string manipulation. So one time I was given a question related to stack and queue, and this was some very big banking company. So it was a question related to creating a stack basically from an array, I guess. It was easy only, but yeah, you should be aware of this as well. I'll not say linked list always comes up. Not, at least for me, there not been any interview where I was given a question related to linked list. But many people do see this topic as well, so you should be prepared with this as well. And yeah, big O, I'd say you should be aware of big O notation for every way you solve a question. So these are topics that you should learn or read about. These are not very difficult topics. And yeah, of course, if I have to say about algorithms, you should be aware about recursion. I had one interview where I was asked a question related to recursion, basically the Fibonacci, creating the Fibonacci series. There are some questions that could come up. Basically, similar to those questions I have faced. So let's see. The first, so you can prepare this on Geeks for Geeks as well. There are many questions related to arrays and string manipulation. So these two topics, prepare from Geeks for Geeks, I'd say, because I have seen the same questions coming in my interviews. I prepared for them from here, and the same questions came up in my interviews as well. So questions, the first question is something like you have to count words in a sentence. So say suppose you have given a sentence, and you have to count the number of words which is there in that sentence. The second question is, it's like I have got this question around 2 to 3 times in my interviews, more than basically 2 times, and it is something you have to find number of unique words in a text file. You can say a number of unique words in a sentence or in a text file, or in a list as well. So go through this. Third one is the very common two-sum problem from LeetCode. So let's see. So here you have given an array of integers, and there's a target value. So you have to find out the indices of the two numbers such that they add up to the target. So this is next. Yeah, so elements length in a list. So here you have a list with several elements, and you have to find the length of each element. For me, the list that I was given had same data type. So I was given string values list. Say suppose here it was green, brown, red, and I had to find the length length of each string in that basically list. So here I had some as I told you, I had received some question in one interview only, like create a stack from scratch basically. So what happens in stack? It is push and pop. So first, what I would say, understand what is stack and queue, then go through these topics from this is there in the Geeks for Geeks as well. Implement each one of them. So say suppose you can search like implementing stack using array, and then implementing queue using array, or implementing a stack using queue and implementing a queue using stack, vice versa basically. So implementation of these three you should check out. I'll provide the link as well for them in the description below. Then you have linked list. Once you understand what is linked list and how you can implement a linked list, then also check out implementation of stack and queues using linked list. Difficulty level is higher, so you may not get these questions in a data engineering interview related to these topics like implementing stack using linked list. But still, yeah, if you have time, then get your preparation ready basically. Yeah, then understand BIGO notations. So whatever approach when you solve has a space and time complexity. So you should be able to tell your if asked, you should be able to tell your recruiter about what is the complexity of that solution. So that are the topic that as a data engineer you should be aware of. As I said, recursion, this, yeah, prepare for this as well. There are other topics as well that could come up. Okay, so this is level 2 basically. You can prepare for them when you have understand all these topics, are able to solve the questions related to these topics. Down basically the binary tree and binary search tree. So I forgot to mention one thing, that is binary search. So this is also a searching algorithm that is easier to implement. You could learn easily. Yeah, so these two algorithms can come up. Okay, so focus on them. Then if you are done and if you are able to answer those in your interview rounds, then you can learn about these as well if you have the time and if you want to learn. Yeah, basically these are the main topics related to DSA for a data engineer role in your this is not related to MANG or very big tech companies, which we say not for them. They have more topics which we learn for them. This is basically for your other product based companies or your financial companies, banking domain companies, and service based companies. So they also ask questions related to these topics. These array and string come up in almost all the interviews now. So do learn about these topics thoroughly. Solve as many as questions. Once you learn, solve as many as questions. And yeah, so this was related to DSA and Python. Apart from this, a data engineer is always asked questions related to SQL. And if you are giving an interview related to PySpark, then your PySpark related questions would come. Apart from this, yeah, data warehouse, database concepts, these questions always comes up. We'll look into those questions in some later videos. I hope my video helps you to better prepare for your interviews related to data structures and Python questions. If you have watched my video and you have liked it, then please do like and comment down your thoughts, and do subscribe to my channel to get notification for my future videos. Thank you.